Okay, so welcome to the orientation call. Even though this is recorded as a video, it is best if you do not look at this window in your browser and instead just listen to the audio. And as I speak about the different functions in the back office, click on each of those functions to explore it on your own. You'll learn much better and be able to use these functions much faster. All right, so once you've logged into your back office successfully, there's a message in red. It says logged in successfully. And on the left side, there is what we call a navigation bar running vertically with the different aspects of the back office. So we're going to explore some of those to make sure you understand how to use them, because it'll make you extra money if you know how to use the service. First, let's start with the first one down. It says View Service Agreement. Would you click on that? And what opens on your screen is the service agreement that you signed. We want to go over that because 50% of the client service requests are already answered in this service agreement, so it'll save you time if you know what's here. The first thing when it comes to cost, this section, select option A or B, most people take option A, which is an $18 lead, and then they'll email client services and say, oh, but I need to eliminate these couple of zip codes because I don't like the kind of people that I'm getting contacted there. Well, that's option B. So those leads are more expensive, but you can cherry pick your zip codes. You're able to eliminate zip codes and only keep others. Those leads are $22. If you want to upgrade from option A to option B, you can do that. You simply fill out this form again. You don't need to pay the $179 registration again, and return this by fax or scan it. And then you can also send an email to help@brokerville.com that says, here's the zip codes I'd like to exclude. The second paragraph about the guarantees. Note that there's a guarantee for every lead that every prospect will have a valid name, working phone number, and deliverable postal address. Any lead that fails the guarantee, that you can get a replacement for, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. However, there's not a guarantee for other reasons. In other words, the person doesn't hear well on the phone, or they're already a client of your firm, so you can't really talk to them. These are other reasons that are not included in the guarantee, so you don't need to email us about those because they're just not included. The account management, very important. Self-managing account, which means you log into your back office and you control everything. You control your radius. You control the prospect types you want. You control the pausing of your account. So everything that needs to be done, except for one thing that I'll get to in a minute, you do on your own. If you email client services to do that, they're just going to email you back and say, you have to do that. Okay, and there's a good reason for that. I won't get into. It's boring. Let's see if there's other things you should be aware of. Yes, good. Automatically in the software, the most prospects that will ever appear in your account in a day will be 5. However, if you get more than 5 prospects in 5 days and want less than that, you can email help@brokerville.com and say, I've got more than 5 prospects in 5 days. Can you slow it down? And the answer is yes. If you're already at the 10-mile radius, which is the minimum you can set, the client services department can take that 10 and shrink it to 5. So they will only do that if within 5 days you received 5 or more leads. Okay, let's see. Compliance. So if you find out you have some compliance problem or compliance issue, Brokerville can't do anything about that because there's 2,000 broker-dealers in the United States. Each one has a different set of rules. So there's really not much the company can do, given that every firm has a different way of doing things, and it's not possible to know how firms do things. Okay, so just wanted to go through that because that'll certainly save you some time. Let's go back to the back office. At the very top under My Account, click on Edit Contact Info. So this is where you can change anything you need to change, such as your email address, which, by the way, it's best if you use a personal email address on this account like Yahoo or Gmail or Comcast rather than a company email like ml.com from merrilllynch.com or axadvisors.com. Big companies will often screen emails arbitrarily based on keywords, and you may not get your emails. And we can't be responsible for that, and that's why we're telling you if you use a personal email address, that tends to not happen. As you scroll down, you'll see where it says Edit Text Message Options. So each time we get a lead, we can send you a text message to your cell phone. You would fill that in and just click Save Changes. All right, let's go back to the left navigation, Submit a Credit Request. Click on that, and there's the instructions. Remember I said each lead is guaranteed to have 3 items be correct? Great. All you need to do is read that, and it shows you how you can get a replacement for any lead that fails the guarantee. Let's go back to the left under My Account Billing Summary. Here is where you can see exactly what's being charged for. So each time you are billed, you will get an email that shows which prospects you were billed for. But just in case you need to go back, all your information is here. So for example, when you click on Billing Summary, it'll show each time you've made a payment. And on the right side, you'll see it says View. If you click on that, it shows you which prospects you were charged for, the individual names. So if you were charged $54, 3 times 18, it shows you which prospects you were charged for. So you've got all your detail right there about what each payment was for. On the left, let's go back again under My Account. There's a function called Pause Account. So click on that. This is where you can pause your account. 2 things about this, very important. This feature is only available after your account has been open for 30 days. Once your account is open for 30 days, the pause feature allows you to pause it for up to 30 days cumulatively within a year. So after your account is open for 30 days, you might want to pause it for a week because you went on vacation. Okay, so you used up 7 of 30 days. You still have 30 days of pause left that you can use through the rest of the 12 months. Once you're out of the 30 days, you can't pause it and the leads just will come. Should for some reason you're doing so much business, you need to cancel your account, no more leads, on the left side, you click under My Account where it says Cancel Account. You don't email client services because they'll email you back and say you have to log in and do that, because that way you get a confirmation right there and then so that you don't have an issue later on. Under My Settings on the left side, click on Adjust Radius and Zip. Well, this is where you can either change your central zip code or change your radius. Now, very, very important. You can only change your radius and zip and change your prospect types on the first and third Monday of each month. Why is that? Because the company buys your ads in 2-week blocks. Therefore, once your ads are purchased, they can't be turned off. So that's why you can make the change every 2 weeks, because then the company can change your account every 2 weeks. All right, on the left where it says Modify Prospect Types, click that. That's where you can check or uncheck the prospect types you want going forward. You check them if you want them, you uncheck them if you don't. And again, you can make that change the first and third Monday of each month. There's nothing that can be done in between the first and third Monday of each month. Under My Settings, you'll see a link that says Set Daily Cap. Your account is automatically set to never deliver more than 5 leads in a day, even if we get 20 leads for your account. However, there are some advisors who say, hey, listen, if 20 come in, I want all 20. If you want that, then you uncheck that checkbox that you see there. Okay. Let's go under My Prospects on the left side. There's a link that says View Prospects. Click on that. Okay. Usually takes maybe about 4 or 5 seconds until that opens up. And if you don't have any prospects yet in your account, nothing will show. But if you do, what you see there is the list of the prospects that have been assigned to you based on your criteria. So you see the columns, the name, the phone number, the booklet type they requested, their address, their email address, etc. So this is where you can always see all your prospects. This is also where, let's say you called the first one that's on this video here, his name is Bob Tatum, and he says, my name is not Bob Tatum, it's Joseph Green. Well, then the name would have been wrong, which is, we guarantee that the name is correct. So you'd go to the right of that line and click that little button that says Request Credit, because this lead needs to be replaced because the name wasn't accurate. You'll also notice that there's a column that says e-booklet, and you can click to have the e-booklet sent automatically by our system, or you can turn that on as a default so that it gets sent without you having to click, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But this is where you find all your prospects and, can have all their information in permanent storage. All right, let's go back, hit your back button. Let's go back to the left navigation, and under My Booklet Setup, click on Customize Booklets. This takes you to the booklet website. So it's got a different URL, advisorbooklets.com, and here to enter this site, you type in the email address you used for the Brokerville site, and the same password that you used at the Brokerville site. And you click Login. And it takes you, it opens up your site, and this is where, as you scroll down, you see you put your name and your designations and your company name and your address. This is all the information that'll get printed on your booklets. As you scroll down, any disclosures your broker-dealer wants, keep scrolling down. You see in the middle it says Your Picture Here. It's kind of a grayed out area. Make sure you click on this link that says click here for essential photo instructions when you're ready to upload your photo. It gives you instructions on how to upload your photo. And in fact, if you need to change the size of it, I'll show you in just a second how you can make your photo bigger or smaller. Okay, but this is where you handle your photo, and then below that, your biography. You can write it there, and anything about your company and your services, and you scroll down, and then at the very bottom you click Check to confirm submission, and you click Save Changes, and that'll save all the information so that when you print your booklets, which I'll show you how to do in a minute, all that information will automatically print on your booklets. Okay, good. Let's go back to the previous window in your browser where we were on the left navigation. Under My Booklet Setup, the next thing says Auto Send Booklets. Click on that, and you'll see there's a function to auto send a booklet. That will send an email copy of your booklet each time a lead comes in if you turn it on. And below that, you can customize the message, the email message that goes with the booklet, and change that however you'd like, your from address and your subject line, etc., and say whatever you want there. If you don't want to send an electronic booklet, you just shut that off. Even if you turn this on and send the electronic booklet, it does not substitute for sending the physical booklet, which is really, really critical. The e-booklet is only 10% as effective as the physical booklet. Back to your left navigation under My Booklet Setup. FINRA Word Docs. Click on that. Some advisors ask us if we have a FINRA letter for these booklets. The answer is for some of them. You see right there are 4 booklets listed in bold, and next to it there's a link that says Download Letter. So for those 4 booklets, we have a FINRA letter. If you need a FINRA letter for other booklets, we don't have it. And we can't get it, but you can. We can't get it because we're not a broker-dealer. But if your compliance officer wants to submit our booklet to FINRA for review, we will be happy to pay the fee. So that's how you do it. You ask them, and then when it comes back, we'll pay the fee. If your compliance officer needs to see the compliance package, scroll down. You'll see a blue link. It says Complete Compliance Package here that has the FINRA letters in it. Or if you scroll down further, you see where it says Generic Booklets. Sometimes your compliance firm will say, oh, I reviewed the booklet, it's fine. You just need to change this 3rd sentence in the 3rd paragraph. You would use this link at the very bottom that says Download Zip File. This will download all the booklets to your computer as Microsoft Word documents so you can open and just change that sentence that they want to change. And then you would print that, as you need booklets, you'd print it from your own computer. There's no way once you customize the booklet, change that sentence to upload it back to our system. Our system can only send out the standard booklet. Once you customize it, you would save it on your computer and send it out from your computer. Last, under My Booklet Setup, click on What Booklets to Send. Every time you get a lead, on the lead it says what type of booklet they requested. And you see that the names of those are like LTC buyers or investors or annuity owners. And on this little graph to the right of it, if you click, it shows you which exact booklet that corresponds with, and it will open the booklet and allow you to print it right from here if you want to print the booklets right from here instead of from your booklet site, advisorbooklets.com. Okay. Next, under My Resources, maybe the most important part of this navigation, the first link says How to Follow Up. Click on that. And you'll notice item number 1, it says download and study the entire How to Follow Up on Your Prospects. When we're all done listening to this audio, you'll want to come back here, print that out. It's a 25-page guide, and read it carefully, cover to cover. It'll take about 60 minutes, but it will give you every little detail you need to be as successful as possible. Okay. Number 2 on this list, view the suggested timeline for following up on your prospects. So there's a short video that describes that. Okay. And as you scroll down, listen to sample follow-up calls. So there's a number of calls here that we've recorded on how to deal with these things, like somebody says, I don't remember ordering the booklet, or I'm on the do not call list, or I haven't read the booklet yet, or whatever. And as you scroll down, there's some follow-up communications. Some of the booklets have follow-up letters if you choose to use them. And last, as you scroll down, we have a newsletter service. It's an optional add-on service. We highly recommend you use it. When you're done this audio, you can come back and click that link at the bottom. It says take a tour of the newsletter service. The reason being, you will have many prospects that you get from this system that are good, but they're not ready to do something yet. If you don't keep in touch with them, if you don't keep dripping on them, you'll lose them altogether. Therefore, you can use the newsletter as a dripping mechanism. It's highly efficient, it's very effective, and you can read when you tour the newsletter of the experience of other advisors who have used it and what kind of results they've gotten. All right. Let's scroll back up under My Resources. The second thing is orientation call. That's what you're listening to right now. You can come back here at any time, listen to it again. The third link says attend a consulting call. The consulting call is where you can get live support if you need it. So you'd click on that link and it'll give you the phone number and the passcode and the video to get into the consulting call, which is every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. So you can come to the consulting call anytime with questions or issues. As a matter of fact, you could come right at the question and answer session at 9:25 a.m. Pacific and just show up for that part of the call with questions or issues you need help with. Next thing down, training videos. Click on that. So it says watch an 8-minute video which answers common questions. You'll want to do that. Very good video. Please don't miss it. Let's scroll back down on the left navigation. Next link says how-to videos. Click on that, please. These are very, very short 2-minute videos, like how to view your prospects, or how to request credits, or how to track your credits, or the third one from the bottom, how to whitelist a Brokerville email address. That's so our emails don't get caught in your spam filter. Or second from the bottom, how to resize your e-booklet photo. So really good little short videos that show you how to do those how-to things, so you can watch those when you need to. Back on the left navigation, click on Successful Advisor Tips under My Resources. These are advisors who over time were nice enough to allow us to record comments they made that we thought were really helpful. There's probably, 4 dozen in here. I would highly recommend over time you listen to them all. There's some really, really good advice in here that we wanted to share with you. Okay. Under My Resources, there's another link. It says Get Free Prospects. I think that speaks for itself. You'll click on that. You'll see how you can get leads without paying us. So you'll read that, and you'll see there's a few different ways to do that. Next, under My Resources, it says Our Internet Ads. We often get a question, where can I see your ads, or what do they look like, or can I see exactly what the prospect is completing? Bingo, it's right there. So click on that link and it'll show you exactly what the prospect is seeing. Next link down, drip on your prospects. That's more information about the newsletter. So you can click on that. I already told you investigate that. And last, under my resources, FAQs. Please click on that. You'll see there's only, I don't know, maybe 20 little frequently asked questions. So when you come back into this when we're all done, just scroll down this list and just see if any catch your eye of questions or things that may be in the back of your head of, oh yeah, I did have a question about that. So this is where we have the questions that are typically asked. Now, as we scroll down on the left navigation under My Support, contact client services. So anything you need, you email help@brokerville.com. So all client service is handled by email. Let me just say that again. All client service is handled by email. The place you can get live support is on the consulting call on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But if you email client services and say to them, call me, they will email you back and say, all client services by email, how can we help you? And they're going to ask you to email them the issue. The reason is everything has to be documented. Nothing is done over the phone because that doesn't get documented. So just want to give you a heads up about that because some people just insist that they get a call and it just won't happen. And it says that in the original agreement that all client services by email. Next thing under My Support, your business advisor. The business advisor is a person you originally spoke to here when you registered. That person is in the sales department. They cannot help you. All requests for assistance you get by help@brokerville.com. Just shoot an email, bingo, it'll work really fast. You get a very fast reply. Under My Support, next thing down says Do Not Call List. Some people get told all kinds of things about the Do Not Call list and how it impacts the service. The Do Not Call statute does not apply to these leads. If you want to read the technicalities, you'll click on that link and it'll explain it all to you. So your broker-dealer may have rules about it, but that's their rules, not the law. Please segregate the two. There's something that's called the law, which a government says is a law, and you can get put in jail or fined if you break the law. Then there's what your broker-dealer says, which is what they made up for their own convenience. So we're responsible for the law, not what your broker-dealer said, which is just some made-up rule at their company only. Okay. And the last item on the list where it says Alliance information, you'd already know what that is if you were a member of Alliance, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so that is the quick run-through of everything that you can access in your back office. It would be a good idea for you to now just take 10, 15 minutes to go back through and click on some of these things where I said click and you'll read it, or click and you'll see the greater detail, like how the newsletter works, or obviously you want to click on how to follow up on your prospects and print out that guide. Review the list of the how-to videos. You may want to look at the short segment on our internet ads and exactly what they look like. So you'll go back now and just look at some of these things in a little more detail so that you're aware of what's there. And this will preclude you really ever needing to email client services because everything is here. We're happy to answer you when you do, but you will find that you never need to because everything in the last 24 months that the company has replied to, what we've done is added it as documentation to the back office so that every question is already answered. All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Do use these resources because these will make a big difference in your profitability. Thank you again for your business.